Hi, my name is John Albrecht, and today I want to talk to you about the cost of life's abundance. I want to show you today that it's one of the least expensive premium pet foods on the market. And we're going to look at it in terms of cost per pound. That's the right way to look at a pet food. You know, it really doesn't matter what size bag you buy. What matters is how much you're paying for what's inside the bag, how many pounds you're paying for. And then the second thing you want to look for is what are you paying per feeding? When you break it down and put food in your dog's dish, how much is that costing you per feeding to satisfy his nutritional requirements? So I have on the table some very popular brands of premium pet food. Some are not so premium, and we'll look at that. And we'll look at what I paid for them and what they cost per pound. Now right here we have Natural Balance. This is a very popular food. You'll find it in most pet superstores. It's a 5-pound bag. This is the smallest one I could find. It was $12.99 at Pet Supermarket, making it about $2.60 per pound. And that's what you're going to find. Most of these premium pet foods are above $2 a pound. Over here, we have one of the most expensive foods on the table. This is Blue Buffalo. You're going to see it on TV probably. It's in almost every pet superstore. They're getting a lot of popularity. It's a 6-pound bag, and I bought it for $17.49 at PetSmart. That breaks down to $2.91 a pound. That's the most expensive food I've found so far in the premium section of the pet store. If we look here, this is one of the IAM's newer products. This is Healthy Naturals. And this is a 6-pound bag. It cost me $13.48 at Walmart's, breaking that down to $2.25 a pound. Now next to that is the original IAMS formula. Let me show you that. This is a 7-pound bag, also cost me $13.48 at Walmart's, which breaks it down to $1.92 a pound. Now the reason I brought this bag into the video is because you're going to find this food now in the aisle of your grocery store. And it's really changed a lot, and that happened a couple of years ago. But still, right around $2 a pound. Now, if we look over here, we see ProPlan, Purina ProPlan, very popular food made by Purina, of course. A 6-pound bag costs $12.57 at Pet Supermarket, which is $2.09 a pound. Now, over here, we have Science Diet. I'm sure you've heard of Science Diet. It's almost in every vet clinic that you can go into. This is the smallest bag that they sell is 4 pounds, and it was $10.99 at PetSmart, breaking it down to $2.75 a pound. Very expensive. Now, we're not talking about the caliber ingredients in this video, but some of these foods just don't merit these prices. Very expensive. Now, we also have Beneful, but I don't want to look at Beneful just yet. We're going to save that for last, and I'll show you why. Let's look over here at the Life's Abundance. This is our small bag. This is an 8-pound bag. And remember, it's not about the size of the bag. Don't get sticker shock when you look at a bag of Life's Abundance and say, oh, it's more money than the Science Diet or the ProPlan or something like that, because there's more food in here. This is an 8-pound bag. All right, and our 8-pound bag costs $15.34 on auto ship. That's $1.91 a pound, making it the cheapest food per pound on this entire table. And I would also say it's probably the cheapest food that you're going to find anywhere in any premium section of any pet store, regardless if that brand is not here on the table. But let's take a look at the Beneful for a minute, okay? The reason I brought Beneful in is because it is a very popular food, and it looks very inexpensive. So if you're looking in the store and you're saying, well, I've seen it on TV, it looks great, it's so much cheaper. Look at the cost of the bag, which is a wrong way to look at it, and it's so much cheaper than Life's Abundance, I'm going to buy Beneful. Well, this is a 3.5-pound bag, 3.5 pounds. I bought it at Target for $5.46. That breaks it down to $1.56 a pound. Now, on a per pound basis, that's cheaper than Life's Abundance, correct? But not by much. And now if we move on to price per feeding, you're going to see that it isn't cheaper at all. If you look at the side of the bag of Beneful and see how much it costs to feed based on the weight of your dog, and you compare that with what it costs to feed a higher quality food like Life's Abundance, you're going to find out that it takes twice as much Beneful, according to their own feeding chart, as it does to feed Life's Abundance according to our feeding chart. So basically going through 2 times as much pet food, and in my opinion, you'll never get as much nutrition out of it, even if you do feed 2 times as much, making it still more expensive than Life's Abundance. So the bottom line is this: you can't just look at a bag and base your conclusion on the price based on just the bag. You have to look at how many pounds that you're buying. And then you have to look at the feeding chart and decide, am I feeding more of this food because there's less nutrition in the bag? I believe that Life's Abundance is the most economical food you can be feeding your pet, as well as being a safer, fresher, and more nutritious food. So I hope this video helps you.